covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here on this Friday. I'm Joe Ellison. We got the latest news for you. First, let's take a look at that damage left behind from the storms that rolled through Thursday. Did you get any damage where you live? Well, Hickory Creek Marina on Beaver Lake was in the path of this. One of the docks was destroyed, as well as multiple boats floating or tipped over into the lake from those strong winds. The Hickory Creek Fire Department says they arrived to find quite a few people on shore checking their boats. Shelly Curtis says she was in her brand new camper when that storm hit. She wasn't sure what kind of weather was on the other side of the door.
I went inside, started putting things away, and then all of a sudden I hear a lot of crashing, popping, and my camper's going everywhere.
Well, she said her camper was had pretty significant damage rather from the storm, but she is thankful to be safe. Well, it's not just our area being affected by this weather. The National Weather Service actually confirmed that a tornado did touch down in the Hot Springs Village area, which is just west of Little Rock. Now, this is some of the size of the golf ball, baseball size hail that they received there. And these are pictures also sent in by you, our 5 News viewers, throughout the day on Thursday of what happened at your homes. No injuries, thankfully, have been reported from this, but you can see overnight the storm produced a lot of damage, like here, flooding at Creekmore Park in Fort Smith, also knocked down hundreds of trees, resulting in some people being stuck inside of their vehicles as they waited for rescues. Now, Hot Springs Village General Manager Kelly Hell says the extent of the damage is unknown as they continue to clear roads from that tornado that touched down in the area. But don't forget, send us your photos or videos through our 5+ app. We'd love to see what happened where you live. You'll also find our full weather coverage wherever you live as well. Now, before we get to more of today's top stories, let's get a check of your weather going into the weekend with meteorologist Bella Grace. Hey, Bella.
Hey, we're still feeling the after effects of those storms. Clouds just hanging over our heads. We're staying dry today for the most part, but pretty heavy with those overcast skies sticking around well into the evening before starting to break a little bit later today. We're hitting highs on the lower end for what we've been used to. Still in the 60s, 60 in Fayetteville and Bentonville, reaching into those very low 60s. Most of us trying to stay in the 50s for as long as we can, getting up into the mid to upper 60s in the River Valley. You can see 66 in Fort Smith and Poto, 65 in Waldron and Clarksville. We can take a look at our gusty winds that we're getting from our north. We're sitting right this morning, started off around 18 miles per hour and staying strong throughout the morning into the afternoon, really peaking around noon with those 18-mile-per-hour winds in northwest Arkansas, as well as parts of the River Valley, Clarksville, close to 17 miles per hour by 1 p.m., 17 in Sallisaw and Poto as well. A few of us in Fort Smith and Boonville trying to stay out of these windy, gusty winds at about 14 miles per hour, but still pretty strong for our evening. Starting to calm down a little bit after 5 o'clock this evening. Still dropping our temperatures a little bit as we move into the weekend. We'll get a slight warm up on Saturday from today and then start to cool things down as we get into Sunday. Some more gusty winds coming back for the later part of our week, dropping things down into the 50s for the start of next week. And then we're climbing right back up for that first day of spring into the 60s and 70s.
All right, thanks for that, Bella. Well, St. Patrick's Day is this Sunday. If you'd like to get in on the holiday, how about watching some Irish dancing? The Rinka Arkansas Academy of Irish Dance will be performing on Saturday, March the 16th. You can catch their performance at the Fayetteville Public Library. That's at 10 a.m. Or on Sunday, check them out at Beef O'Brady's in Bentonville at 2 p.m. You can check Rinka Arkansas's Academy of Irish Dance's Facebook page as well for times and even more performances. Well, here are some other St. Patrick's Day events happening across 5 countries. Saturday is Bentonville's Celtic Pub Crawl through downtown from 11 to 9. And then in Fort Smith, the city there hosting a St. Patrick's Day pub crawl on Saturday in downtown as well. Even a scavenger hunt tomorrow from 10 to 2. Items on the scavenger hunt will include things like making a video, singing karaoke, or find the shamrock at each participating location and take a selfie with it. Remember, don't forget to wear something green when you go. Now, spring break almost here, right? If you're looking to make the most of it in Arkansas, we've got some fun and affordable activities that you and the family can enjoy. First, the Jones Center in Springdale is featuring drop-in activities like swimming, skating, and bounce houses. It's free for all Jones Center members. And in Bentonville, Best Friends Pet Resource Center celebrating a one-year anniversary with a totally possum birthday bash. Includes a bandana decorating, pet portraits. You can even bring your own pet. The two-day celebration begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. And the natural world is highlighted in a new exhibit at Crystal Bridges. We got a behind-the-scenes look at the exquisite creatures featuring more than 400 different preserved animal, plant, and mineral specimens, which includes everything from lizards to crystals, butterflies, and crabs.
We have art making projects, and we have performances and lots of fun stuff happening next week, all themed around exquisite creatures.
Well, Exquisite Creatures opens tomorrow and continues through the end of July. Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. Have a great spring break.